Hello, friends. Welcome to a new chapter. The name of this chapter is Arithmetic Progressions. This chapter has a weightage of roughly 7 marks in the CBSE Class 10 examinations. The overall weightage of algebra is 20 marks. Okay, I will write here algebra is 20 marks, and out of these 20 marks for algebra, arithmetic progressions, or AP as it is called, is roughly 7 marks. Okay, so let's start studying something which is very interesting, and it has a lot of practical utility in life as well. Okay, what is an AP? So, an arithmetic progression is basically any series in which the consecutive terms have the same common difference. Okay, I'll give you an example. If I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, if I write till 10, this is an arithmetic progression because the moment you subtract two consecutive terms, that is 2 minus 1, or 3 minus 2, or 4 minus 3, the difference is always the same, which is denoted by D and is equal to 1. Say, okay, so this is an AP. If I write another series, which is say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on, this is also an AP, okay, because the common difference, which is constant all through, okay, the difference has to be constant. D is equal to 2 in this case, okay. Now this difference could be negative as well, okay. D negative, okay, so here we studied D positive. Let's look at D negative. What will D negative look like? So say I start the series at 10 minus 2, that is 8, minus 2, that is 6, minus 2, that is 4, and so on. Okay. So my D is equal to minus 2 here. So as long as the difference between two consecutive terms, okay, 8 minus 10 or 6 minus 8, as long as the difference between two consecutive terms remains the same, it is an AP. Okay. Now let's see the second part, which is what is not an AP. So rather than writing as 13579, say I write a series as 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. Now you see every term is being multiplied by 2 here. Okay. But what is the value of D1, which is 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. D2 is 8 minus 4, which is equal to 4. The moment this happens, that is the difference between consecutive terms. If it changes, it is not an AP. Okay, this is not an AP. Or if I write a series, or if I write a series wherein the different terms are like, say, 1, 3, 6, then let's say the next term be 10, okay, then 15. You see the difference here between these two terms is 2, the next two is 3, uh, the difference between the next two is 4, next two is 5. The difference is not the same, okay, the difference is not the same. So the moment two consecutive terms do not have the same difference, it is not an AP. So we studied what is an AP and we studied what is not an AP. Now, if you have to define an AP, what do you need to define the AP? You need to know where does the series start, okay, which is called as the first term. Generally, the first term is denoted by the variable A, okay. To define an AP, you need to know what is the first term of the AP, okay, so that you can start writing the AP. So if you look at the examples that we did here, here the value of the first term is 1, so the value of A is 1. Here the value of A is again 1. Here the value of A is 10. Okay. So to define an AP, you need the first term, which is denoted by A, and you need to know what is the common difference, which is D. Okay. So if you have, say I give you A is equal to 3 and D is equal to 2. What will an AP look like? It will be 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. So consecutive terms of the AP have to be added with the common difference. And remember that the value of d could be either positive or d could be negative. Okay, we saw here this was d positive and this is d negative. So your progression or your arithmetic progression could either go on increasing, which was happening in this case, or it could go on decreasing, which was happening in this case. Okay, so we studied what is an AP, what is not an AP, how do you define an AP using the first term and the common difference. So whenever you are asked to find the AP or find the progression, you actually have to just find the value of A and D for that particular progression. Okay. Now let's come to something interesting, which is one of the formulae for this chapter. And that formula is called the nth term. Okay. That formula is called the nth term. Nth term of an AP is very simple. If I give you the first term of an AP, which is A, and I give you the common difference, which is D, finding any term of the AP is not very difficult. Okay, so the first term will always be equal to A, and which is equal to, in this case, this example, it is 3. The second term of the AP, how do you find the second term? You add D to the previous term, which is A. So you get A plus D, or you get 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. Okay, because the D, nth term of an AP, wherein A is equal to 3 and D is equal to 2. We are working this example. Okay, the third term of the AP is A plus 2D, which is equal to, because I have to add d to this value. So this value is already a plus d. I add another d, it becomes a plus 2d. So this will be 3 plus 2 into 2, which is equal to 7. Now if you generalize this formula, okay, so you have the third value, you have the fourth value will be a plus 3d. And if you generalize it, you'll see that the nth term will be equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and this is the formula for the nth term in an AP. It doesn't matter whether the AP is increasing or decreasing. It doesn't matter whether the value of A is positive or negative. It doesn't matter whether the value of D is positive or negative. The formula for the nth term of an AP is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now let us work some examples. Okay, let's say the value of A is equal to 2, the value of A is 3, and the value of A is equal to 4, and the value of D is equal to 1, the value of D is equal to minus of 2, and the value of D is equal to 3. So what will be the nth term here? Nth term will be A plus n minus 1 into D, which is equal to 2 plus n minus 1 into D, that is equal to 1. The nth term here will be equal to 3 plus n minus 1 into D, which is minus 2, and the nth term over here will be uh, 4 plus n minus 1 into D, which is equal to 3. So it doesn't matter whether your A is positive or negative, it doesn't matter whether your D is positive or negative. The nth term of an AP is always A plus n minus 1 into D. Now let us take this AP, which is A is equal to 4 and D is equal to 3, and write down what this AP is. So this will be 4, then you add 3, it becomes 7, then you add 3 to 7, it becomes 10, it becomes 13. So we see that the fourth term is 13. Let us put n is equal to 4 in this and see if we get 13. So the nth term we see here, nth term is 4 plus n is 4, because 1, 2, 3, we want to find the fourth term. So n is equal to 4 minus 1 into 3, and this will be equal to 4 plus 3 into 3, which is 3 3s are 9 plus 4, 13. So we first saw by adding, which is A plus D plus D plus D plus D and so on, and we found it via the formula. I hope you understood these concepts well. Please do revise these, because these are the concepts that we'll use to build upon further. Okay, so let's go over things once again before we go on to the next piece, which is, what is an AP? An AP is a series wherein the consecutive terms have the same common difference. What is not an AP? The moment the common difference between consecutive terms is not same, it is not an AP. To define an AP, what do you need? You need the first term, which is denoted by A, and the common difference, which is denoted by D. Both A and D could be positive or negative. And then we studied the nth term formula, which is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now imagine I tell you an AP which is denoted by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I ask you to find the second term. Okay, the second term. The second term you will say is because n is equal to 2, okay, you will say A plus n minus 1 into D is the formula. The value of A is 2 because the series begins at 2. You want me to find the second term, so n is equal to 2 minus 1 into common difference. This is also 2. So it will be 2 plus 2 minus 1, which is 1, into 2, which is equal to 4. Okay, and I can see here that the second term of the AP is 4. But if I ask you to find the second term from the end, okay, second term from the end, how will you find the second term from the end? You just have to run the same formula, A plus n minus 1 into D. But what will happen is rather than counting from this side, you have to count from this side. So you will replace your A, rather than the first term, you'll say last term, okay, last term plus n minus 1, and this time you will reverse the common difference, okay, because when you were going in this direction you were adding the common difference. Now when you are coming in this direction you have to subtract the common difference, okay. So the formula for the nth term from the end is actually L plus n minus 1 into minus of D, and that will be L minus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so the nth term from the beginning and the nth term from end, nth term from the end. Now remember, this chapter involves a lot of common sense, okay? So almost every question that you solve, you can just verify it by using your common sense as to whether the answer you're receiving is right or wrong, okay? Do revise these concepts really well. We are going to build upon these in the coming videos. Keep watching this channel. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe. And keep working hard, keep practicing hard. Cheers, and God bless.